Hello students, today I am making this video for the topics after the whatever I uploaded or whatever I uploaded regarding the construction and VI characteristics of thyristor. Now this topic is the next topic. So the notes for this topic I have already uploaded LMS portal. You can check there. So now let's start. For first, this topic is regarding mainly the working of thyristor, that is two transistor model of thyristor. Now before going into the details, I want to tell you that the basic working structure of two transistor model is this one of thyristor. That is, there are two transistors. It's a combination of two transistor. That is, one is PNP, another is NPN. This PNP transistor we can refer as Q1 transistor, and this NPN transistor we can refer as Q2 transistor. Now the principle of operation can be explained by this diagram. Now this model, how we obtain this model? By bisecting the two middle layers into two separate halves. So here what happened? The J1, J2 and J2, J3 are considered as PNP and NPN junctions. So please kindly remember the cross-sectional diagram which I have explained to you in the previous video regarding the regarding the static characteristics, VI characteristics of thyristor, where I have shown that how PN together forms J1 junction, how NP together forms J2 junction, and again how PN together forms J3 junction. So we have just bisected that portion and we have formed this PNP and NPN transistor. Now for any BJT, this is the common thing for any BJT in off state of transistor, the collector current, that is IC, is given by this formula. What is that? IC equals to alpha I plus IC BO. Now what is this IC? Definitely the collector current. What is alpha? Alpha is definitely the common base current gain. Okay, and I we know emitter current, and ICBO, this is the common base leakage current of collector base junction of a transistor. Now let's start get with the equations and all. Now I told you that's P and P, that portion that is we refer as Q1 transistor. For Q1 transistor, I emitter current, that is what? That is anode current IA. Okay, and the another one is the collector current. Fine, definitely which will be the cathode current. Okay, now for Q1 we can write this formula with respect to that collector current formula of BJT. How? For Q1 the current collector current will be IC1, the gain will be alpha 1, IA is equal to IE, right? So that is replaced by the anode current plus ICBO1. So this is equation 1. Alpha 1 you know the gain, and ICBO1 is the common base leakage current of Q1. Q1 is a transistor PNP. Now for Q2 what will happen? The collector current IC2, that how you will show alpha 2, this is the gain definitely for the Q2 transistor. IK means the emitter current is being replaced by the cathode current plus ICBO2. This is equation number 2. So here the denotions are written clearly. Now the sum of the two collector currents is given by 1 and 2, definitely. Collector current of the Q1 transistor and collector current of the Q2 transistor. Okay, now what we need to do? We need to sum up this two collector current as IA. IA means the anode current, right? So from there we will put the equations of 1 and 2 in this equation. So we will get equation 3. Now when gate current is applied, what is that? That is IG. So what can we write? Gate current is what? Cathode current equal to anode current plus gate current. This is the formula. Okay. Now we need to substitute the value of cathode current in equation 3. So what we will do? We will write IA plus alpha 1 IA plus ICBO1 plus, in the place of IK we will write this formula, IK equals to I plus IG. So here from here we can get the anode current very easily. Now sum of this alpha 1 plus alpha 2, what is this? This is the gain for the two transistors. Now this mainly approaches unity, right? If we equate this, then what we will get? Alpha 1 plus alpha 2 mainly approach the unity. So the anode current I what will happen to that? That will increase rapidly and the device definitely will break down. Okay, and if device breakdown, then what will happen? Conduction starts. So current gain alpha 1 definitely varies with the emitter current, that is IK. IK means the cathode current. So IK, what we have written previously also, equals to anode current plus the plus the gate current. So here in this note it is clearly written that if the gate current is suddenly increased, that immediately increases the anode current, and if anode current increases, then the gain will also increase. So current gain mainly depends upon the anode current and gate current. Now what will happen if the gains increase, the anode current will also increase. Now this, in case there will be a regenerative action, okay, in the circuit. So this is the main thing. If gate current increase, anode current will increase, and the gain will also increase. So what happens, the large value of anode current will start to flow and thyristor will get turned on with the small gate current. Okay, so this is the main working of thyristor, that how we can turn on the thyristor. The main thing is that first thyristor remains in the blocking state, which we all know. So to initiate the working on the conduction of thyristor, what we need to increase the anode current. We need a breakdown voltage, right? A sudden increase in the anode cathode voltage. Only that is the only that is one of the reason for conducting the thyristor from the blocking state. Okay. So this is all about the two transistor model of thyristor. Very important derivation is here, so just kindly practice this.